Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m. and we are at the not good Goodwill. The Goodwill where I never find anything, but Levi had a play date, so I dropped him off and this was close. So we'll see if there's anything to find, but I would be surprised. Also, I promised you guys that we would do some what solds today of things, but those things already shipped. So let's take a look at this. $2.99 Bears pullover for sure. That's a good sign. While I'm looking through the clothes, I'll tell you that this bag of brown paper bags, lunch bags sold. It's from the 90s, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's a cool sweater, but I tell you guys, it's good to pick up small school stuff, and I pick up Western stuff, but not for $4. Not for $4.99. It's gonna take forever to sell. So the brown paper lunch bags sold for $13 plus shipping because they're vintage Ninja Turtle unopened. Wicked the Musical for $4.99. It's weird that that Bears jacket was $2.99 and then these t-shirts and sweatshirts are $4.99. Anyway, that's the first thing that sold that already shipped, and you guys haven't seen it. Didn't see it because I was too busy. Look at this next to this side-by-side refrigerator that's in the store where I keep my drinks. This is my package of shipping, my pile of shipping for my, I text that to my mailman and she's like, wow, you've been busy. About 100% cashmere made in the US, no brand on it, at $7.49. Let's see if we can find a branding on it. There seems to be a little bit of a hole, so at $7.49 with a hole and no brand, I think we're gonna put it back. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting old enough that this made in Mexico, American Eagles Outfitters, this is probably vintage, just because I remember when this like kind of Asian stuff was super popular in the early 2000s. But does that slap? You know what I'm saying? Like the kids say, is that drip? And this is another not super conventional, not traditionally valuable thing that sold, that Velveeta, empty vintage Velveeta box that I picked up the other day at Habitat for Humanity. That I paid $4 for the golf bag thing that sold yesterday, and then $1 for everything else. And this Velveeta bag box sold for $8 plus shipping. These shirts are not panning out. So we did this whole first row of shirts, and the only thing there was that one Bears thing. This is what the shoe department looks like today. Let's see if there's anything interesting, and I'll let you know. These look kind of cool, but I bet they're just cheap junk. If these were high quality. But they are not. The touch feel quality thing is a big deal on shoes. Those are cool looking antique chairs, and the thing is about them that they fold up, and so they would not be impossible to ship. So there's no markings on the chairs, and they are so ungodly heavy that it's like difficult to pick up. Like you would think a chair that small you would be able to pick it up real easy. Is that the remote for these fans? Lasco. They both have the remote. So these are a tremendous deal at $7.50 each. The remotes would sell for $20, especially in the spring. And then you could keep the fan, or the same fans would sell for $60 or $70. But then you'd have to figure out shipping them, and that would be a pain. I'm not finding much over here on the furniture. The furniture section is near the bathroom section, so that's why we're over here all of a sudden. I feel like I should pick this up for 15 bucks. It's a jersey frame. New, never used, still has the rod in it. And if you needed that, man, you'd have to pay through the nose for it. And this is what makes this store good, is how many carts they bring out with like little Air Jordans on the bottom of them. 6Y Used Jordan 12s, children's shoes, $25. No way. That's a beautiful bowl. T just says teak on it. $284. Definitely mid-century modern. A whole bunch of these plush lions listed, 0 sold. He's pretty cool. Evie would go nuts for this kitty cat looking Squishmallow, but I don't know how to tell what's what as far as reselling those. This one's pretty neat. I think I'm gonna grab this bowl and look at this Puppy Dog Pals van. I'll probably look at those toy cars too, just because you never know. Okay, so this is $1.69, or I wouldn't touch it. These pencils are for my wife. It says $4 to Pier 1 at Pier 1 Imports, but it is a cool egg-shaped paperweight, and it's probably vintage. I don't imagine you're going to buy a paperweight at Pier 1 now for $4, but I don't know what the date is on it. But this is probably 10 or 15 easily, and that's a cool piece. Puppy Dog Pals bus is a bust, and I'm going to get these, the wooden bowl and the paperweight, like, just because they're interesting, not because they're great deals that I know I can make a bunch of money with. I'm going to Google image this Squishmallow and make sure he's not something super special. I'm literally the only customer in this store, which is, oh wait, nope, there's one guy. I was going to say, which is really weird, but their toy section is loaded this morning because it's a couple days after Christmas and people are offloading stuff. Here's some neat stuff somebody gave up on. Somebody's mom said no. Mickey with ears, Cubs, but the bill is way bent over. That's cool, man. $4. I don't know if it's $4 worth of cool, but this vintage Walt Disney World tag is good. Let's see what the shirts are. So this says Hallmark cards made in the US upside down, and then not recommended for the dishwasher. It's a Cubs bowl, or Cubs, it's Bears bowl, because it sits this way. It has a flat spot. And at $1.69, that's pretty cool. So I'm not finding much, and so let's talk about the next thing that sold. How about Yoda plushie? Pretty sure I picked it up in this store for $2 and sold for $17, free shipping. It took a while to sell. Ooh, there's some vintage mushroom-ness. That's probably a get at $3.40. I think it's definitely a get. You can't even see much of it, but I think that's a score for sure. So then in the cart we have these dominoes for $3.49, and then this, which is almost never worth picking up, but at $4. In the box, that is worth looking into, because if a lot of times you'll find accessories in the box that are worth picking up for $4, even if you just donate the Fitboard back. I found a Wii in the box, inside that box with the Wii Fit board once. This, unfortunately, is not worth messing with. And these things were on the new cart, so the movies will be $1.99, and the mangoes will be 50 cents, and then this card's $2.84. So I think that's all just kind of unconditional gets. How about this Pearl Jam shirt that I picked up a couple weeks ago for $5 in the other Goodwill? Sold for $75. Vintage band shirts. If you don't know that, you're in the wrong game. I do fairly well with ankle boots. These look to be vintage. I don't see a brand on them yet. I'm gonna do a little more investigation on them. I think I also don't see a price. Oh, there it is. $8.24. We'll see. But look at 90s band shirts, because they're gonna sell for pretty decent money. This Pearl Jam thing took a week to get $75 out of, and I sold 2 weeks. I sold one in a week, and I have one left. I suspect I could list those ankle boots as just vintage quality leather men's ankle boots, and they would do okay, but I'm not trying to do that. If they were marked with a brand, then I would probably pick them up almost undoubtedly, but I would definitely comp them. But can't buy them and do all the research and then find out that they're nothing. So I'm gonna leave them. But those kind of ankle boots, if you can comp them, can be really good. So I spent $16 on everything because as a loyalty rewards member, I get essentially 10% off. What happens is every dollar you spend, you get a dime of credit, and when you get to $10 credit or $20 credit, they'll let you just take it off of one transaction. So I used that and ended up with $16 in that stuff. Here we are, home court advantage, and let's see if we can get anything super fun to build up some inventory for the first of the year. That is a pretty cool thing, and for $20, that might be worth getting. How about some On-Clads? They don't have the insoles, which is not a huge deal. They are women's 10. I'm trying to see that part number on there. 98433. Nice shoes. $20. So these Cloud Monsters, there's 28 listed total, and there's 99 sold. And they're a $70, $80 pair of shoes all day, so I'm gonna pick them up for $20. So we have a $20 pair of shoes, and we have Fable Haven, which is books 1, 2, and 3 for $1.99 a piece. I have not comped those, but I suspect for $6 they're probably 30 would be what I would expect to find. We'll see when I comp them in a little bit. But let's talk about these Cole Haan shoes that I picked up in here just the other day. I paid $6, and there was another professional reseller standing there talking to me about them. And, well, they're from Ross. Well, the Ross ticket on them was $80. And if Ross is asking $80 and Goodwill is asking $8, that's all right by my book. And I ended up picking them up for $8, and they sold for $50, free shipping on best offer. I feel like $2 and $3 a pack probably isn't bad. $1 a ball for those. I feel like there's got to be something here I'm missing, but I don't see anything special. What are these? Vacuum bag, filter bags. There's a dolly. And the tires hold air. Oh, surprise, surprise. The dolly belonged to a guy that was working right there. Ooh, look at that. How about Kanga for $404? She doesn't have Rue with her, but that tag looks older. I didn't realize I was filming my chin. So this is like an Eric Carle book. Brown bear, what do you hear? What do you see? There's Flounder, Squishmallow. I was talking about this guy is like an animatronic. Pretty cool, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with that. I actually have this in my store right now. I think I pulled it down because it wasn't worth trying to keep in the store anymore because it wasn't selling. Ratatouille with the tag from the Disney store. Lady. Daniel Tiger, probably not. This is from Plains Fire and Rescue, and at $1.69 is almost undoubtedly worth picking up. A lot of Disney like cool things today. I think the last time I picked up I passed on a Brooder. I was disappointed when I got home that I didn't pick it up. So we'll put that in the cart. Oh, that's Mr. Topham hats. That's probably old. Made in China, Tommy, 1997. Mr. Topham hats. Okay, real talk. Is it sad or neat that I know who all these characters are at first glance? That says, it definitely says curved track on this box. That's all straight track. I think we're gonna put these in the cart anyway, because I've never seen Thomas Lionel track. I normally whine about the toys being barren and nothing interesting, and these doesn't look like fantastic, but they aren't totally junk either. Lots of dollar store, literally like Dollar General $1 stuff. But the shelves are full and I'm finding pretty cool stuff. So this poof ball made in the US, definitely vintage, but not worth the pickup. There's 300 listed and only 80 sold, and it might be like 10 bucks and it doesn't have a price on it. But if you found the Nerf version of that very same thing, that it would be $50. Another thing I found in this store for like $6-8, maybe 10. It's been a hot minute since I found it. This bicycle thing, it like allows you to attach your kid's bike behind you so you can drag them as opposed to rely on them to keep up with you. Sold for $50, free shipping, I think. Yeah, $49.50, free shipping. Pretty good pickup. I think it took a little while to sell, but it did sell. I did not think that was real when I saw it from across the room, but there it is. Jordan poster. It's in rough shape, but it's probably a pretty rare thing. $4.04. 1991 was $50. So the reservoir, the tank for that juicer sold for $25, free shipping. Those parts are just going to click off slowly. Those juicers are worth picking up most of the time. And then this phone set that probably wasn't a good pickup. I paid $5 for it and it was in the box, but I didn't want to test it. It didn't comp out well enough to spend a bunch of time on it. So I just listed it for $10 plus shipping. And I took out the two pieces that were brand new, obviously unused in there. And I listed those separately. And the junk leftovers sold cheap first. I'm gonna make my money back on those and make a little bit of money when the new stuff sells. But it was a bad pickup. So sometimes you pick up phones and you do really well. And sometimes you pick up phones and you don't do really well. And sometimes when you pick up phones, you should comp them and decide ahead of time instead of just saying, oh, this box is pretty and cheap, I'll just get it and hope I do well, because that's not a good plan. So I went to a yard sale and paid $3 a piece for a bunch of clothes. If you guys remember, the all three of those, the mountain hoodies that I got for free, I actually ended up selling one at a time, all to the same person. And then I got this sweater too that is nature themed. It's really nice, like seashells from a company called Crazy Stitch. Sold for $19 free shipping or $21 free shipping. I don't remember. But the next thing that sold was this Bears helmet, and the Bears helmet sold for either $19 or $21 free shipping. I don't remember which. And I think the Bears helmet was $19, but that those things both, you know, just kind of bread and butter stuff that you find all the time, stuff that doesn't make a whole bunch of money but does keep the lights on, as they say. How about some 2XL regular Murano wool LL Bean, but this is kind of an odd style. Where would you like to try to ship that? So this has about a 50% sell-through rate and should sell for 20 bucks. So I don't think at $7.50 it's probably worth it. Found this Prana. I've never found Prana, but if you listen to Thrift of Life, it's a good brand, so I'll look it up. So that's a big pass. I don't know. I know he shows that brand from time to time. Maybe it's only in something specific. $7.23 for Ralph Lauren. The 4XLT makes me feel like it's probably good. One has pretty low sell-through rate, like 40 listed and 10 sold, but it's like $55. So if I price mine for 40 on $7.50, I think I'm gonna do just fine. This is a neat thing, but I think I'm gonna skip it. It's not a style that would be hugely popular right now. I wouldn't even know what to call it. That's a cool old Fruit of the Loom tag, and at $5.99, it's probably, I could probably make money, but it's so far outside my wheelhouse on what I know how to sell. 3XLT Carhartt, just a standard sweater, $7.49. That one's gonna stay home. That's gonna be mine until I lose enough weight to not need 3XLT anymore. And we are back to this guy that I have not comped yet. So this is awful neat, but it is not worth much. So whatever it was that I saw that was that brand must have been a special one, because this one's worth like $15 plus shipping. And this one is broken, missing the mirror and the hook for the knuckle boom. So these boots are incredible. They're $8.24, and they're Sorels. So I mean, there's 9 listed and 18 sold, and they should bring like $50 free shipping, right around there. The only listed comp, the lowest listed comp in any size is $35 plus shipping, which is essentially $50 free shipping. And then the lowest sold comp is $50 free shipping. So that's pretty good. I don't generally look at Skechers Deluxe Walker. These are $13. Oh, and I got some, these are $2.84 a piece, and they're all Babysitter's Club. A couple more interesting things. This is an apple, like a teacher kind of thing. Kind of almost looks like a strawberry because of the detail work with the bubbles, but that's really well done. But then I've heard the polished bottom is better for paperweights. And this is $2.84, so we're going to comp it. It's not signed that I can see, but sometimes signatures are not as obvious, and so I'm going to look into that. This is like really neat. It doesn't have a marking under that. I suspect, for some reason, I think it's an incense burner, like you would stick the incense in there and let it burn down, but then it's not catching the ash. I have no idea. It's neat. I'm going to search this one and Google image that one. So everything that looks remotely like a comp for this thing puts it well over $200. Evidently it's an inkwell, and there's some evidence to say that these are from like Roman times, is what people seem to be thinking. I sincerely doubt it with these cast marks on it, but even if it's a reproduction of one and worth 20 bucks, it's worth my time to pick up for $1.70. So we're going to try that. So Kanga is doesn't sell by herself. It'd be $25-$30 if she had a Roo in her pouch, but no Roo to be found. I think I'm gonna leave it behind. And Mr. Topham Pants, there's 8 or 10 listed and 1 sold. So this dude is Cabby from Plains Fire and Rescue, and should sell for like $40 free shipping. I mean, it's not small. It's gonna be expensive to ship, but I'm only in it for $1. So then we'll comp these Fablehaven books 1, 2, and 3. Okay, they're asking $30 on this, which is crazy for a small, the North Face, and especially with that. But I just took a peek at the sleeve, and if you don't know, now you know. $5.50 on the sleeve refers to the quality of goose down that is in it, and $5.50 is pretty good. But this, if you look at the number sleeve, it's goose down filled, and so this is probably a $50-$60 jacket, which means I'm not picking it up for $30. But if you found one for $12 and it had a number on the sleeve, then you would know to look it up. All right, so this is my crazy cart. I ended up putting back a bunch of golf clubs just because I knew I didn't want to mess with them. I didn't comp absolutely everything. There's stacks of these. There's 6 bundled together for $2.84. A whole bunch of old Babysitter's Club, which is a series that does significantly better in large quantities. Bluey sand art and this giant gravedigger for $4. I know that was almost 100 new because my kids wanted it real bad. This is for Ruby. This clock, this thing swings back and forth and tells you what time it is. I should plug it in and make sure it works before I take it. And I think you guys have seen pretty much everything else, maybe not old Knickerbocker, Little Orphan Annie. Whew, that was quite a whirlwind. I dropped Levi off 4 hours ago, and I've done nothing but Goodwill. 2 Goodwills. One store I did like an hour, and this store took me 20 minutes to get in, and I've probably done an hour or 2:45 in this store. I went back after I did my initial shopping, and I bought these and the Mariners jersey that I saw at the beginning, and they were $24, which put me over the limit of having a $20 reward. So now I had a $10 reward at the last store, and I spent enough at this store just now, $150, to be close to a $20 reward. So then I bought these and that Mariners thing. I got the $20 reward, and then I bought this for my wife, a Kate Spade Minnie Mouse purse that they wanted $40 for it. It's new with tag, and it retails at $140, but with my $20 gift card, my $20 points, I got it for $20, $23 after tax, and I could sell it for probably over $100, but I'm gonna give it to my wife. And I didn't do enough for her for Christmas, but then I always do stuff like this. Like, that's something she would be really excited about. All right, so I'm gonna try and put comps up during the video. This has been a long day and a hot mess, and yeah. Here we are in the Goodwill, and we're looking for things to flip for profit, and we only found one crazy looking plush. It is $2.99, says Greg the Zombie, gregzombie.com, and if you reach your hand inside of it, he ate his own intestine. Every single one that's been listed with all the parts has sold immediately, so I should expect a quick sale. So at $2.99, eat your heart out. Look at the comps on this guy. Exciting stuff. I don't think I got through all the what solds. Let's look at those real quick. I think the only one was this women's North Face hoodie, because we talked about the Marilyn Manson and the Holden pants, and those were next. So yeah, North Face hoodie that I bought for $7, sold for $17. Maybe we did talk about that one, and I got through everything. At any rate, now you know what sold today, what I bought today, and I'm going to tell you to like, comment, subscribe, follow, click the bell, all the things that you do. We thank you for those, and for watching the videos, and for commenting. A lot of you guys have been commenting recently. The channel's growing. Pretty cool stuff. We're going to talk about goal setting next time, because this video has been long and all over the place. I'm going to go back to my lovely wife and daughters. Thanks. See you next time.